welcome to another video from Sorare Assist. On this channel we offer hints and tips on Sorare players, especially those sought after budget options that everybody wants to know about. If you're new to this channel, then welcome. If you want regular Sorare hints and tips, then you're in the right place. So sit back and let me guide you through the Sorare world. In this video today, I'm going to be looking at some of the Serie A clubs that have recently been released onto Sorare. I did do a video in regards to these new clubs and the potential players there for those clubs. But this is sort of a bit of an expansion pack, if you like. So I've done a bit more digging into these teams. And I have found a few more players that do look viable options for our collections. Okay, but before we get into it, please remember to smash the like button below and share this video. It really helps support the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel using the big red button below and ping that notification bell to be the first to know about any new videos or budget players. If you have any questions or comments about this video or Sorare in general, please comment below and I will aim to reply to all comments. If you're not signed up to Sorare yet, there is a link in the description below if you did wish to do that and bag yourself some free cards. Now that's out of the way, let's get on into today's video. Okay then, so here we go. So I'm going to start off with Sampdoria. And the first player I'm going to highlight today is Fabio Quagliarella. He is 38, as you can see there, but he is capable of getting the high scores due to his scoring capabilities. Because he was the actual top goal scorer last season, I believe it was, for Sampdoria. He even beat Ronaldo in terms of the top scoring charts. So he is still a very impressive finisher. And despite his age, he still does look like he's very fit and healthy. And the Sampdoria president also wants him to stay another season. Whether he will do that, we don't know yet. But worth keeping an eye on because he could be a potential bargain option for next season and obviously the rest of this season. If we look at his stats, as you can see, he's had 29 appearances, 23 starts, and he's scored 11 goals and also got 1 assist. And he's averaging 2.6 shots per game. So he is a viable option there, although he is 38, like I said, bear that in mind. But do look up the news on Quagliarella, because it does look like that he could potentially stay another season. Okay, next on the list is Quagliarella's teammate, and that is Omar Colley. He's a defender. As you can see, looks very impressive in terms of the average stats for the last few games or so. 28-year-old, if we look down here, he's also got some impressive scores as well. So he does look a very viable option there. If we look at his stats, he's had 24 games this season, 1 goal, no assists, and passing numbers look respectable, 36 passes per game. He is a centre back as well, and he does have an impressive number of interceptions per game, 2.3, which is good. It's probably not going to get you that many clean sheets playing for Sampdoria, but he is still capable of getting some impressive scores. So it could be a potential option there. Next on the list, we've got Gianluca Scamacca, who plays for Genoa. Okay, 22-year-old, looks a really good prospect, this guy. More of a hot prospect really, because I don't think he's that much of a consistent starter just yet. He is getting quite a lot of games look, but the stats per game do look very impressive for a young forward there. As you can see, he has got some high numbers already in terms of scoring. If we look at his season so far, he started 12, scored 6 and assisted 2, which is fantastic fantastic stats for the little number of games he's had. He's always also averaging 1.8 shots per game, which is really good. As you can see from his recent games, he's been getting a few goals and assists, and he's also featuring in the Under-21 European Championships as well, which is obviously now eligible for scoring on the tournaments. So he is a definitely very good young prospect there. He is due to move back to Sassuolo at the end of this season, because it looks like he is only on loan at Genoa, but it's obviously still going to be applicable for the Serie A tournaments because the Serie A is covered. Okay, so next option now we've got is another Genoa player. This time it's Milan Badelj. It's looking pretty cheap. That's obviously on the potentially on the average sales of the bundle packs that he's gone for. But if you look at his stats here, looking some very good recently as well, looking really good. He's only 32, got loads of good average scores there. Let's have a look at his stats for the season. 26 starts, 1 goal, 2 assists. Good number of passes there and good accuracy as well. And a high number of interceptions and tackles per game, which probably explains his good scoring there. As you can see, he's more of a central defensive midfielder type player, as highlighted here as well. But he does see a lot of the ball, and it looks like he's a very important player for Genoa. So it could be a viable potential budget option as well, because this average price does look pretty cheap. Best offer on the market as well at the moment is 0.990 Ethereum, which does look a decent option. Next up, we've got another midfielder for Genoa, Nicolo Rovella. If you look at his last 5, it's very impressive. Last 15, last 40, don't look too bad as well. He is only 19 though, so more of a hot prospect this one. And he is starting to get a few games as well, as you can see. But the reason I like this guy is because his stats per 90 minutes looks really, really impressive. The other thing to note as well is that he's a real world hot prospect as well. Okay, if we go on to the Football Manager database here, and as we can see, he is potential rating of 4.5 stars on there. So this is based on the Football Manager scouting. Now, Football Manager actually have real life scouts now going out to scout these players, and some football clubs actually use this sort of database to scout for their players as well. Okay, so he is a real world youth talent. As you can see, he's got 4.5, which is not far off the potential ability of 5-star, which is obviously the top rating there. Another thing to note is that he is on loan from Juventus. If he doesn't get any first team football at Juventus, I would expect him to perhaps go on loan to another club. But like I say, he's a really good prospect in real world terms, and also for the scoring matrix on Sorare. So let's have a look at some of his stats from this season then. He has only started 10 for Genoa, but as I say, I do like his stats per game. Here look, he's only played 63 minutes, but he still had 70 touches, 46 accurate passes, which is 88% accuracy. He's also had 1 key pass and 6 crosses. Does look really, really impressive. Okay. The other bonuses is that he's going to potentially feature for Italy in the Under-21 Championships, which is now obviously eligible for the scoring matrix. But look at this game here. Look, just picked out this game here. It was against Juventus, his old club, and he actually had 76 passes, 94% accuracy there, 107 touches, 5 key passes, 6 crosses, and 18 long balls. Really, really looks impressive up there. Okay, so this guy does really look like a real world hot prospect. Like I said, not only in the actual world, but also on the Sorare platform as well. So if you're after hot prospects, then I think this is one of the guys that you want to be getting hold of now. Okay, let's go on to the next player then. Next up, we've got Radja Nainggolan. He could be an option as well. Although his stats don't look that impressive here, it's still not bad, it's still in the green. But he is playing for Cagliari, which are obviously fighting relegation. That is something to be aware of. But he is set to move back to Inter Milan. So he is on loan from Inter Milan. Whether he will get first team football there is unknown at this point, because Inter do have quite a number of midfielders in their ranks. So I would imagine that Nainggolan would probably get a transfer or a loan move to another club in the summer. And it could also potentially feature at the Euros as well for Belgium. So it could be a decent option. If we just have a look at him though, this season he's played 17, started 17 and scored 1 goal. He's got a decent goal threat, 2.2 goals shots per game. And if you just look at his stats on here, so for this season he has got periods where he has played some really good games, scored a few goals here, look. Also went for a really good patch here, got 3 assists and a goal in this game. So he is capable of the high scores. He's obviously not having the best time in Cagliari because they are fighting relegation. But if he was to get a move to another team that's doing a bit better in terms of the league rankings, then I would expect his scores to be a lot better as well. So he could be a viable option there, but one to keep an eye on where he moves and which club he's going to be playing at come next season. Okay, so the final player we've got this week is Razvan Marin for, again, Cagliari. Again, be aware that they are in the relegation battle there for the Serie A. He's only 24, but does look impressive, as you can see from his average scores here. Average last 5 looks very good, and average 15 also looks impressive. Look at his scores as well. He is capable of these high bracket scores here, and he is getting quite a lot of good average scores as well. So he is a viable option. Let's have a look at his stats for this season. Started 31 games there for Cagliari, 3 goals and 5 assists. Decent pass accuracy there as well, which looks impressive. Also on corners for Cagliari. But like I said, there is the risk of Cagliari getting relegated, of course. He did recently move to them in 10 million euros from Ajax. So there is a risk there that if they do get relegated, he's likely to stay with the club and hopefully getting back to the Serie A. But if they do stay up, he could be a potential option if you can get him, obviously, at the right price. Okay, that's all the selections there for the Serie A teams that were launched recently. If you have any thoughts on today's video, then drop them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video and subscribe to the channel by smashing the subscribe button below. Don't forget to ping that notification bell as well to be the first to be informed about new videos. You can also follow us on Twitter at Sorare Assist, and the link is in the description below. There's also a link in the description below to sign up to Sorare if you've not signed up to Sorare yet. Okay, that's it. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video, and I'll see you again soon.